You're mad. I'm back.
Oh my Lord, y'all. Okay, let me just send this text. Because if you're not a part of the community, as you can see, join the KEMPIRE community, send a text, join the community so you get the exclusives before anyone does. And let me send to my community. Appreciate my people that have already joined. If you have not, please do so. Okay, y'all, we have to talk about this. I did plan on going live, just not to talk about this particular story. As you know, we've been following the Sharon Osbourne story since it happened. And if you've been under a rock, let me tell you what it's all about. Let's start from the top. So, as you know, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry did an interview with our girl, Oprah. Yes, our girl, Oprah. I feel I can say that because she's been on our platform before. If you didn't know, check out the video. It's available on KEMPIRE Radio's YouTube channel. She did an interview that set all kinds of records. You know, they threw the royal family under the bus in all kinds of ways. We did a live and talked about it there as well. Well, anyways, Piers Morgan has been, for lack of a better word, harassing Meghan Markle and Prince Harry since their relationship has gone public. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And a lot of the things that they said about the media really was some of the things that he was doing on Good Morning Britain. As you know, he was let go from Good Morning Britain. Allegedly, he said he quit. Okay. But we also found out that ITV received over 41,000 complaints about Piers Morgan's tirade the morning after the interview, Oprah's interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry aired in the UK. And one of those complaints included a complaint from Meghan Markle herself, allegedly. And part of the reason why she complained wasn't because of the personal attacks, was because allegedly his downplaying of her mental health issues while being with the royal family. Anyways, fast forwarding, because as you know, Piers Morgan and Sharon Osbourne, I believe they did a show together. I can't recall the name of the show. You'll let me know in the comments. Shout out to everyone in the comments. I see you guys. I'm just giving you a background of the story. So Sharon Osbourne went on Twitter and defended her friend, Piers Morgan. If you want to see the tweet, you can go check out the tweet. We've done multiple videos on this topic. She defended Piers. And then that was questioned on her daytime talk show. She's been part of the Talk on CBS, which honestly, I only see clips of. I've never really watched that show, chapter and verse. I always thought it was a bootleg version of The View, but there have been multiple bootleg versions of The View since The View debuted. Shout out to Barbara Walters. Yes. Anyways, I'm digressing a lot, but I'm trying to give you a full background story, y'all. I'm trying to give you what you came here for, and it's a full background. TikTok, if you're just joining me, head on over to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the KEMPIRE on Facebook and live on Twitch. Thanks to Mud Mom Brits, the Americans Got Talent. Thank you. Okay, back to what I was saying. So the co-host of the talk decided to bring this up, allegedly saying, not letting Sharon know anything about them bringing up this question, this topic on air. Fast forward, Sharon Osbourne loses it live on air, talking very aggressively to Cheryl Underwood, telling Cheryl Underwood at one point, "Don't you dare cry. I should be the one crying." She was very frightened that anyone would even associate calling her a racist or defending a racist. Sidebar, the backlash after this, Piers Morgan decided to attack Gayle King and Cheryl Underwood in some tweets. We did a whole other video on that. I will post links to those videos in the description of this video later on. Be sure to check out those videos. We are dedicated and we've been covering this story. And I predicted, I can't remember if it's when I was on this platform or on other people's platform, but I predicted that we would know if Sharon Osbourne would be let go this week. As you know, CBS had released a statement stating that they were doing an internal review. They canceled the first two live shows last week. Then they extended it because multiple accusations. You may recall Yashar Ali, I believe his name is, released a full expose exposing alleged problematic things that Sharon Osbourne has said, according to multiple sources, allegedly. I'm just going to keep saying this, allegedly. I'm giving you guys a full background. I will read the comments in just a second. I apologize. I just want to make sure that everyone is fully up to date to what has been going on. Whew, let me take a sip. Okay. First of all, thank you all for being here. I'm TheKempire. If this is the first time that you're watching me live, I cover some of the hottest topics in music, entertainment, and including some reality TV recaps. Check out the videos once we're done. Right now, we're talking about this big hot topic, Sharon Osbourne. On this Friday evening, CBS has broke the news that Sharon Osbourne will not be returning. But before we get to their statement, there's still more to say. So as I said to you before, Yashar Ali's expose on these allegations against Sharon Osbourne was released, and a part of that expose, CBS released a statement to Yashar stating that they have extended that internal review until this past Tuesday, canceling all the shows because their internal review is what we call in HR an investigation. You know, we're speaking to several different people because there were a lot of allegations. I'll tell you some of the allegations if I can remember off the top of my head, and I have elephant brain, so I can remember almost everything. So some of those allegations. One of the allegations, she called Julie Chen wonton and slanty eyes. She made some very derogatory comments about Sarah Gilbert and her being a lesbian. So she made some, I'm not going to repeat what she said there. She even, because you may recall, after all of this came out, after she degraded Cheryl Underwood live on The Talk, Holly Robinson Peete, who was on the first season of The Talk, tweeted and said that Sharon Osbourne allegedly called her too hood, and then she was eventually fired from The Talk. Well, a part of Yashar's exclusive, he says that Holly Robinson Peete received a cease and desist from Sharon's legal team to remove the tweet or she would be sued. Look, y'all can call me Barbara Walters. I'm giving y'all the full story. Let me just see some of the comments before we go on. Renee says, I'm glad to see they took the appropriate action. Me too. Amen. Show sucks, like Jen said. Should cancel whole show. It's damn. See, look, I can't say that I've even been into it. My first time on YouTube Live came from your TikTok. Love your content so much. Thank you, Sarah. That means a lot when people say they love your content. And I'll get back into the story in just a second. I think that's such a great compliment because your content is you. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm reporting news and information that I found, but it's the way that I present it that I think it's important. And everyone presents news differently. So thank you to my growing audience. Shout out to my TikTok fam. I know this is where I started. However, I started really on YouTube, y'all. But your support doesn't go unnoticed. Head on over to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel if you're missing out on the comments and things like that. Let me just read. Mud Mom says, I never really liked it. It was so weird. I'm seeing that. So I don't know how the show has stayed on the air. Belle says, nobody told her to put her job at risk to defend her racist friends. Well, Belle. And there's that. My girl Barry, thank you for piecing everything together so seamlessly. Thank Barry, you can appreciate. Look, as always, I appreciate your investigative journalism skills. Look, I should have been a journalist in the past life. But let's get back to the story because I know you guys are waiting for this story to unfold. But I had to give you the backstory for those that were not aware of what's been going on with the Cheryl Osbourne story. So after Yashar's expose, things have been quiet this week in this regard. Things, a lot of things have been quiet. A lot of people are saying, KEMPIRE, I just discovered you too. Love your comments. Thank you, Behar. But I've seen you before in my commentary, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all the comments and all the feedback and everyone sharing. Thank you. So it just was announced that CBS, Sharon Osbourne's exit from The Talk. Let me rewind a little bit. I also reported on my TikTok that Sharon Osbourne allegedly, first of all, she was receiving death threats. She was receiving death threats to her family and her animals. Y'all need to stop. Look, not y'all, but y'all know what I'm saying. So she had to beef up her security. Then there's that. Then we were hearing stories that apparently the only way that she was leaving CBS and not talking trash about them, not doing more interviews, not writing a tell-all because she allegedly knows where the bodies are buried. She is saying, well, allegedly, that she was going to want a big payday in order to leave the show. Because remember, she has a contract. However, depending on the investigation and how much information that they have, there could be negotiations. I'm sure CBS has paid her something, but I'm sure in that pay, she had to. Okay, we'll get to it. Look, we'll get to it. Let me just read CBS's statement. I'm sorry. I had to give you a background. I had to give you background of the things that people have been saying in regards to this story. I remember the last thing that I reported on the story, they were saying that Sharon Osbourne wants a big payday because she already did an interview with ET with her black friend. Very convenient. And she pretty much said she doesn't know if she wants to go back and she doesn't know if they want her to come back. So the writing was already on the wall, y'all. The writing was already on the wall. Okay, so this is what CBS is saying, and this is according to Us Weekly. She will not be returning, as I just said. CBS announced this today. Sharon Osbourne, who's 68 years old. If I'm 68, I mean, I guess if I love what I do, I won't mind continue to do it. But if you're going to force me out, look, I'm 68. Can I go enjoy my life? Okay. All right, so they announced that that Osborne has decided to leave the show. And the show will return back on Monday, April 12th. So that you'll be seeing nothing but reruns of the talk. This is what CBS is saying in a statement. And we'll get back to them saying that she has decided to leave the show. This is what CBS has said. The events of March 10th's broadcast were upsetting to everyone involved, including the audience watching at home. Yes, it was very upsetting. As a part of our review, we concluded that Sharon's behavior towards her co-host during the March 10th episode did not align with our values for a respectful workplace. We also did not find any evidence that CBS executives orchestrated the discussion or blindsided any of the hosts. Rewind. In the interview that Sharon Osbourne did with ET, she made allegations against CBS, the executives over at the talk, saying that there was a previous incident where questions were brought up amongst the other hosts and they were blindsided then. She said they made an agreement from that moment on that they would not be blindsided. If something like that was to come up, they would tell each other as co-hosts. So CBS wanted to address that in the statement. They went on to say, at the same time, we acknowledge the network and studio teams as well as the showrunners are accountable for what happened during the broadcast, as it was clear the co-hosts were not properly prepared by the staff for a complex and sensitive discussion involving race. But of course, look, if you ever worked a corporate job or you've worked in HR, all of this is making sense to you. All of this is making sense to you. You're like, oh, Lordy, they fired her, allegedly. It sounds like they gave you the option to leave. Based on what they found in their internal review, they figured, you know what, Sharon, based on what we discovered, you can either leave quietly or this is just an assumption. This is just an assumption for someone that's worked with HR, seen investigations like this before. Just saying. Okay, but this is what also the network is saying, because they have to do something like this. When you have a hostile work environment, allegedly, especially on national television, you have to put protocols as a part of your investigation. You have to have those results. Then after those results, these are the ways that we as a company are going to improve upon this hostile work environment, allegedly. So this is what the network added. They said that they're coordinating workshops, listening sessions, and training about equity, inclusion, and cultural awareness for hosts, producers, and crew. Additionally, CBS said, going forward, we are identifying plans to enhance the producing staff and producing procedures to better serve the hosts, the production, and ultimately our viewers. Whew, I'm going to post a link in the chat. I want you guys to call in and share your thoughts. Oh my goodness. All right. TikTok, head on over to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the KEMPIRE on Facebook and Twitch. So join the conversation there. This is what Audrey says. They fired her and refuted all of her claims. Bye, girl. Found against CBS. Are the showrunners going to be fired for what they did? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. I think they're going to use Sharon as an example, and they're implementing these listening sessions, these workshops as a way to heal the situation. I just want to read some of these comments. They called her a liar in their statement without saying so. And a lot of these big companies will do that. Behar says, Sharon also apologized, saying that she shouldn't have disrespected Cheryl on TV. Maybe she shouldn't disrespect people at all. Off the air, too. Look, okay, I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on this particular situation. TikTok, again. Oh, let me just see what some of you guys are saying in here. Yes, for those that are just joining us, I'm going to say that Sharon Osbourne was asked to leave, and she decided, yes, she was going to leave. You can call it firing. You can call it being laid off. She is no longer working for CBS or The Talk. As I said to you before, there were reports that she was looking for a big payday in order to walk away. Was there a big payday? I'm going to say yes, allegedly. I'm thinking yes, because at the end of the day, depending on what CBS had on her, and what she had on CBS, because the way that she was moving, it sounds as if she did have things on CBS. I'm sure they came to a mutual financial agreement, which both parties cannot discuss. And I'm sure that's within the contract discussions. But what will Sharon go on and do? What will she do next? I mean, she might get another show with Piers Morgan where they can talk trash about people, but will you be watching? Honestly, I saw this coming. I'm not going to sit here and act like I did not see this coming. Audrey says they got rid of the main person who needs that training. Seems reactive instead of proactive to me. Come through, Audrey. See, that was the thing I said. I said that recently in my podcast. For those that don't know, let me just put that up for you guys so you can actually subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to KEMPIRE Radio. A new episode came out today with my boy, Up and Adam here on YouTube. We had a really great conversation. Really enjoy Adam and his work. We had a really great conversation. We were talking just about that in regards to a lot of these networks like Bravo that are firing people, but is firing going to change the situation? I know firing in the eyes of the public is very easy to fire someone. However, I just feel like that didn't solve anything, at least with that particular person. And I think it would have been more beneficial if we could have done that. You know what I mean? I feel like that would have been a better opportunity and learning situation. Right now, we're just sort of like, okay, she's gone. Okay, she's gone, but she's still ignorant to what she did. Even though I will say this, Sharon did release an apology after that episode with Cheryl Underwood. Not sure if her and Cheryl had conversations. As I said to you also before, Piers Morgan attacked Gayle King and Cheryl Underwood on Twitter this week, probably in defense of his friend, because you know his friend, Sharon Osbourne, defended him, and that's how it started the whole situation. But what are you going to do? I'm going to see some of these comments. Sarah says their PR handled it well in the lens for sure. Definitely. She a mean racist, elitist. That's it, and that's all. Look, and the funny thing is, in the conversation that she was having with Cheryl Underwood wasn't calling her a racist. That was the thing. And I think a lot of people, they get all up in arms, you know, and we've seen it like basketball-wise when we're talking about colorism and things like that. And I did a really great panel discussion with Scotty by Nature TV here on YouTube. Shout out to him and shout out to all the panelists. We had a really great conversation. Check that out if you didn't, on colorism. And look, they completely shifted my mind in regards to what was happening on Basketball Wives. Check out that video. And that's why it's important to keep an open mind. Hell no, people won't watch. People won't watch the talk. Oh no, you're talking about the Piers Morgan and Sharon Osbourne show that I just pitched. Okay. New reality show, Cancel Society, where we hold them accountable and they all live together and learn about systematic racism and call. Come on, Sarah, through with can we get that greenlit somewhere? That would actually be interesting. Some of the people that we've canceled, allegedly, because when we say cancellation of people, I think really only hurts minorities. People like Sharon Osbourne is going to be fine. But there are certain minorities that really want their jobs. And if you cancel them and they no longer are working, it's harder to kind of bounce back when you're a minority. Look, am I the one that thinks that? Let me see what else you guys are saying. Audrey says, Sharon can work for Fox and Yell and the black woman that worked there. Oh, damn. You children are so incredibly sensitive. The woman's highly intelligent and doesn't need to deal with this ridiculous fake outrage. Look, and I'm willing to be wrong too in this regard. But I do think, and honestly, I haven't really shared my opinion on this particular story. I'm just telling you what's been transpiring. Now I'm going to share my opinion. Just like what Audrey said, Barry, aka Barry, what she said, they got rid of the one person that needs the training, the listening sessions. And I think it could have been a really great opportunity, but the other person has to be willing. Maybe she wasn't willing to be a part of those conversations and to do it maybe for the show or behind the scenes, because I don't think it should be required for her to do it on air. You know what I mean? I definitely think she should apologize to Cheryl Underwood. I don't think there's been an official public apology because you publicly were very nasty to her on television. But that's my own thoughts. She told on herself. You're right. She called herself out as a racist. And that's the thing. I think in that moment, no one said you were racist, but the things that your friend was saying, and you defended your friend. And does it make you a racist if you defend someone that might be saying racially insensitive things? Look. Oh, Belle, I love this. They said, thank you for your services, Shawnee O'Neal voice, even though we're not loving Shawnee right now. But that will always be a legendary line. Oh, my goodness. First of all, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you being here. Any other thought? If you want to call in and share your thoughts on this story, I'm just going to post the link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts on this Sharon Osbourne. If you're just joining us, Sharon Osbourne has officially left the talk. Some people are saying it's a fireization. Some people are saying it was a layoffization. Look, I'm not going to cry for Sharon Osbourne. As I said to you before, Sharon Osbourne being let go from this job, Sharon Osbourne, quote unquote, being canceled, is not going to affect Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne is going to be okay. I'm not going to shed no tears tonight when I go to sleep over this Sharon Osbourne story. But because we've been following the story, I thought it was necessary for me to come live tonight and talk to you guys and update you. The other thing I want to update you guys, I want you to join the community, because if you're part of the KEMPIRE community, the Texan community, you get this exclusive tea before anyone else. Shout out for you guys. Again, text me at 347-647-2372, and you get the exclusive tea before anyone else. This is what, hold on. Wayne says, CBS announced that Sharon Osbourne exit from the talk after controversy. Her behavior does not align with our values. Sharon Osbourne is yet to make a statement. Thank you, Wayne. We literally just said that, but we appreciate the reiteration for those that are just joining us. Sarah says, there are so many options for quality in celebrity to host. So when you aren't accountable and not prepared, then you should be fired. You don't have to defend your friend on TV. You know what it is? In that particular situation, in her defense of Pierce, she could have easily answered Cheryl Underwood's question by saying, that's my friend. I was defending my friend's right to speak his mind. Do I agree with him? And she said it. She didn't agree with him. She should have just left it at that. What she did was feed into these alleged plots by producers and executives to respond in the way that she responded. And at the end of the day, yes, the producers are foul for not giving you a heads up on this particular question. But at the same time, they didn't control your response. They may know that you're a hothead, and maybe they allegedly wanted to get rid of you because you're so expensive. It could have been a plot. I mean, all of that could have been a plot. She alleged in her ET interview with her black friend, and I'm going to keep saying that, Kevin Frazier, right? Kevin Frazier. I think I'll make sure I get his name right because look, he is a black man in media, and I need to respect him on ET. And a lot of people, he came under fire as well for some of the questions, his softball questions they're saying, but he's part of ET. Look, some of these big major networks aren't going to really ask these hard-hitting questions, these entertainment shows. When you come to YouTube, we're going to ask the hard-hitting questions. We're going to put it out there. And that's why I think sometimes it's like, Wayne, no problem. Let me just shout out to Wayne. I appreciate you being here, Wayne. I didn't mean to shade you. I wasn't really shading you. It was important for everyone joining on my TikTok or watching me on Twitch or Facebook or here on the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel. You may just be joining us. We're talking about Sharon Osbourne allegedly being fired. CBS is saying that she decided to leave after their internal investigation. But you can piece it together any way that you want to piece it together. Piece it together any way you want to piece it together. But Sharon Osbourne won't be returning to CBS to talk. Not sure. First of all, if you look at the cast of The Talk right now, the only person that's been there since the beginning is Cheryl Underwood now. And before, it was Cheryl Underwood and Sharon Osbourne. They brought in a bunch of newbies, and you know those newbies are making allegedly, I'll just say allegedly, they're making, oh, wait, I got to read this. B, the Barbie girl on my TikTok said, "You're fired." No, I quit. Exactly. And everyone understands exactly what that means. But backtracking, I forgot what I was saying now. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Kevin also came under fire for listing off black celebrities who should take the helm in educating Sharon. Bye, Kevin. Thank you. This is why I rely on you guys. You remind me of these. Look, I can't remember everything. I'm surprised I remember the backstory on the Sharon Osbourne story. And that's part of the reason why I decided to come live. Because I said, I have to update everyone on this story. And if this is your first time watching, I'm the KEMPIRE. I go live randomly. I don't have a set schedule yet, y'all. I'm a busy guy. Look, I'm a busy guy. But I'm always updating both my TikToks and my KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel. Be sure, if you're not subscribed, and if you are in here right now in the chat room, please hit a like. Oh, this is what I love. I just started posting on Twitch. Shout out to my Twitch fam. Hey, Steph. Heyo, Steph. I'm sorry if I apologize. I'm saying it incorrectly. Hello to my TikTok family. You guys are here. We got 52 in the room here. 53. We got 50 here. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked the video, hit like. Make sure you hit that notification bell because you know how the algorithm works. You want to be notified when I go live because when we have breaking news, if I'm at my computer, I am breaking the news. Anyways, I was on my phone. All of a sudden, I see on my Instagram, Us Weekly talk about Sharon let go. And I predicted this, y'all. I predicted that an announcement would be coming soon. As soon as they canceled the first two shows, and then they extended their internal review because after Yashar's expose all about the things that Sharon allegedly said about her co-hosts and other people, they extended it for another week. And then we really didn't hear anything the last couple of days, but I predicted earlier this week saying that we're going to hear an announcement about the Sharon Osbourne story. Let me just shout out to, let me just see something here, y'all. If you want, I'm going to post a link again. If you want to call in and share your thoughts on the Sharon Osbourne story, I would love to hear from you guys. Let me just read some of these comments. I'm still bothered by her calling Holly Robinson Pete ghetto. No, let's get it right, Audrey. She's allegedly called Holly Robinson Pete too ghetto. Holly Robinson Pete? Holly Robinson Pete? Holly Robinson Pete? I think I'm more ghetto than Holly Robinson Pete, and I really don't think I'm ghetto. Let me continue reading what Audrey says. She says, I can't imagine what she said about Eve, the stripper turned rapper and self-proclaimed pit bull in the skirt. You know what, Audrey? I forgot about that. Damn. And I have to say, Eve did a really great job on on the talk. I wonder if Eve really decided to leave on her own, or did they push her out? One thing I will say is that Sharon has said multiple times that she has no pull in the hiring and firing of people. I don't believe that. I honestly don't believe that. Is she the only person influencing that? No. But I do think that she plays a role. Matthew Kennedy has a great question. Who should they replace Sharon with? Well, our girl, Dr. Wendy Asefo, tweeted that she heard that there's an open spot. Mind you, this was before there was even an announcement. Wendy is that's very insensitive, Wendy, Dr. Wendy Asefo. Shouldn't you be busy filming The Real Housewives of Potomac? Well, she put her hand up. First of all, she was asking, who do I have to contact in order to get a place on the talk? No, girl, that's not going to happen. I would have respected this more if she decided to leave The Real Housewives of Potomac and was like, oh, I want to get, because first of all, I'm not going to sit here and act like Wendy Asefo can't do the job. She could definitely do the job. She does political commentary on other networks. I just can't take her serious anymore when she's saying one thing on The Real Housewives of Potomac and now she wants to be on the talk. I mean, to each their own. She's just not my first choice. I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you think should replace Sharon Osbourne on the talk? I'm thinking they're going to lean more towards someone in Sharon's age range, because right now, all of the ladies besides Cheryl Underwood are quite young and I wouldn't say they're newbies, but newbies to daytime talk. Let me see. That was mighty thirsty of Dr. Wendy. I tagged you as soon as I saw Wendy's post. I remember that much. I love when you guys send me information because, look, I can't be everywhere the news is. So I appreciate when you guys send me stories. Thank you, Yocrates. We had a really great panel. For those that didn't know, we had a really great panel on colorism yesterday. I appreciate the support for sliding through. If you didn't see that, again, head on over to Scotty by Nature TV here on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of you already follow him and his great commentary. It was a great panel, and it was great to listen. And I think Sharon Osbourne could use one of those panels. I'm just saying. Oh, why not Quad? Quad from Married to Medicine. I'll say this, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm very honest here. I'm going to be very honest. Quad on Sister Circle, she wasn't bad, but she wasn't that great. And I didn't love Sister Circle. I really didn't love Sister Circle. I was not sad to see it go. No shade to the other ladies. I just felt like it was poorly produced. A lot of these shows that are sort of new versions of The View really try, but the magic, even The Real, I don't love that either. I feel like we could really create a dynamic show full of minority women that could be as good, if not better, than The View. That's why I liked when Amanda Seales was on The Real. I was like, all right, let's shift some more people out of here. Because can you imagine the same sort of energy and dynamic on The View, but with other minority women? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I know they've been trying to do a male version of The View for a long time and it never works out. I'm already going to put my hat in there. I'm ready to be moderator of that View. But I think I might prefer my own show. I don't want to deal with all these people. Has Sharon just sat there and ate her food, she wouldn't be in this situation. Good point. Very good point. Well, you know what it is, and we said this earlier. For those that are just joining us, we're talking about Sharon Osbourne stepping away, stepping down, leaving, allegedly fired from CBS. CBS has said, and I'll read their statement again for those that are just joining us. This is what they're saying in their statement. Hold on, let me just get low. They're saying the events of March 10th's broadcast were upsetting to everyone involved, including the audience watching at home. As a part of our review, we concluded that Sharon's behavior toward her co-host during the March 10th episode did not align with our values for a respectful workplace. This also reminds me, okay, Sharon, stop looking at me like that. This reminds me, though, in regards to Sharon And the things that she said, well, the things that she posted in regards, she posted in response to Holly Robinson's tweet. She posted an email that Holly wrote to her. The things that Holly said in that email said it alluded that the talk was a little bit of a problematic workplace. Like it was a hostile workplace, allegedly. So there's been things going on at the talk for quite some time. And this show has been on for 11 seasons. I don't know who's watching the talk, but can y'all tell me why? I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know, look, there's an audience for everyone, including my audience. Hello, everyone. Hello. Let me see what you guys are saying. T.S. Madison tweeted she's throwing her hat in the ring. Come on, T.S. T.S. Madison is hilarious. Shout out to T.S. Madison. Congratulations on all of the success that she has had. Sister Circle was painful. Look, I really try to support Sister Circle, and I really try to like it. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I'm going to post the link again if you guys want to call in and share your thoughts on Sharon Osbourne stepping down, allegedly being fired, allegedly receiving a big payout in order to leave. I'm saying alleged. These are just assumptions. I'm making assumptions, y'all. There is no credibility to what I just said. I'm just thinking because there were reports that Sharon Osbourne was looking for a big payday if they were going to ask her to leave. And allegedly, she's willing to do more interviews, write a book, and she allegedly knows where the bodies are buried, allegedly. But I mean, if you work somewhere for 11 years, you kind of got dirt on a lot of people. I've worked a place for over 10 years. I know some things. Anyone else? I know some things. I love T.S. Madison. She's hilarious. She is hilarious. And I'm excited. See, I don't really, because I create so much content, I don't get time to watch all the things that I want to watch on YouTube. There's so many really great creatives. And again, I want to give a shout out to all of the panel that I was on last night talking about colorism. Shout out to Scotty by Nature TV for pulling us all together to do that. And I thought it was a great conversation. I will post a link in this video as well so you guys can check that out. And I'm going to post the past videos that I've done on this one that's looking at me like that. Maybe they should bring in an all-male panel on The View. You know what Kelly, that's a great idea. I'm surprised. I know they tried. I think it was Dick Clark that tried to do an all-male version with Mario Lopez and a few other people, and it didn't connect, and they have never tried it again. I mean, you do get all-male panels on some of these political shows already, but I would love a talk show where it's a bunch of us talking about some of these hot topics, and we can talk about politics. But we can get multiple shows. It doesn't just have to be, a show with me and a few other people. It could be, you know what I'm saying. Let me see I just love that my family on Twitch are watching as well. If you want to watch us on Twitch, you can do that. I almost did not click to Twitch today, and I'm glad I did. Steph says, Sharon will have more time now to worry about her husband. One thing I have to say, and I'm very sorry because my grandmother, before she passed away, had Parkinson's. Ozzy is suffering with that right now. It runs in the family because another one of my siblings has it as well. So I don't wish that on anyone. But you're right. It will give her more time to focus on her family because this was just announced not too long ago that Ozzy is struggling with that. Let me just see. Shout out to my TikTok fan. Rosina says, on The View is a smelly cesspool. Whoopi doesn't need that. Oh my God. See, this is why I love your comments, y'all. You guys are hilarious to me. I would not be surprised if Andy Cohen replaced Sharon. Oh my gosh. I don't think so. One thing we should keep in mind, and that's why they never did it on The View. They had guest male hosts, but they're never going to do, bring a man in on these particular platforms. I think what they will probably do is try to duplicate the same sort of panel with a new show where maybe there'll be a mix of men and women. I know that Tyra tried to do that with her show on ABC, and that didn't work. I think we will see a resurgence of panel shows like this for daytime coming very soon. I'm just shocked at some of the ones that are still on the air. One place that does need one that doesn't have one is NBC. right? NBC doesn't have a panel show. Fox has a panel show, CBS has a panel show, and ABC has a panel show. NBC, but Andy Cohen cannot be my boss. Just saying. And he wouldn't be my boss because he works for. Oh no, I guess he works for NBC Universal. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Hey, everyone in the chat, I appreciate you guys being here. Don Lennon would be perfect on the show with you. Don Lemon is what you mean, right, JoJo? I would love to work with Don Lemon. I could be the young, you know how they always have like the young newbie on a panel. I could be that, even though I want to be moderator. I want to. Anyways, if you guys are just joining us, we're talking about the Sharon Osbourne story. I'm trying to think, is there any other part of the story that I have not told you guys? I think I want to hear in the comment section, both on my TikTok and also on the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Let me know, who do you want to see replace Sharon on the talk? As I said before, I think CBS is going to try and find someone close in the age range of Sharon because they want to represent those different age ranges. Right now, they're aging very young because of the additional host. But I think they're going to try and sort of get like a matriarch, sort of like a Barbara Walters of the group. Let me know in the comments, who do you think should replace Sharon Osbourne? I'm trying to think who, I just thought of someone. Oh my goodness, who would be good? I'm trying to think. Matthew Kennedy says, please no Keke Palmer or Lil Mama. Definitely not a Lil Mama. You can watch my video on Lil Mama to find out why. Definitely not. We don't need Lil Mama having the microphone anytime soon. Keke Palmer, though, when Keke Palmer did her talk show on BET many years ago when she was very young, I was like, no, this does not work. However, first of all, I think Keke has a contract with ABC. Not sure if they let her out the contract once that third hour for Good Morning America didn't work out. But I have to say, she's grown so much and she was excellent. She added a really great energy to that third hour with Sarah Haynes and Michael Strahan. I thought I should have been in the Michael Strahan position because my thing is, Michael Strahan, you're already on Good Morning America. Can we give another black man another job? I'm not hating, but I live in New York. I could do it. I'm available. But now that show is over, I think we would have had really great chemistry. Me, Sarah Haynes, and Keke. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Oh, I'm getting verklempt. Kris Kardashian? Kris Kardashian? You mean Kris Jenner? I did hear rumors that she was going to change it back, but we always hear rumors about Kris Jenner changing back her name. But she hasn't done it. I'm surprised she hasn't. I just don't see it. She tried having a talk show. You guys forgot that Kris Jenner had a talk show at one point? You remember she had a talk show? I watched it. She had a 6-week sneak peek. It wasn't good. I like Kris Jenner. Don't get me wrong. And she's a brilliant business person. However, the talk show wasn't it. But that was a good choice. Robin Givens. I think Robin Givens, if you've seen Robin Givens talk in interviews, she actually probably would be good on a talk show. Just don't know. As I said, I think they're aiming a little older. I think even though Robin Givens could probably be in that age range and we would never know, she just has never aged. Sarah says a housewife from each group. Boom. Show. Sarah, you're coming up with a lot of really great show ideas. You might want to keep them to yourself and start developing them and letting me know that we can develop them together and then bring them to a network. Because these are all really great shows. Shout out to everyone on my TikTok. If you want to join the conversation, head on over to KEMPIRE Daily. We're also live on TheKempire on Facebook. And for those that are here, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I do breaking news. This is breaking news. I didn't plan to go live tonight. I was going to sit down and watch Bell Collective reunion, which I'm still going to watch because that's on in like a half hour. Expect maybe a video tomorrow talking about it. I was just going to sit here and watch, but when I have breaking news, I let my community know. So if you're not a part of the community, be sure to add. And I'm like this to the community. Sharon's been fired. Then I create the video for TikTok. Then I come live. But you would be the first to know. That way you can tell your cousin, your mama, your husband, your wife, your dog. Guess what? Sharon Osbourne was let go allegedly from the CBS. Well, no, not allegedly. CBS has confirmed that she will no longer be a part of the talk. See, Yocrates, look, we're on the same page. Like, I need to watch that tonight because I have to say, the Bell Collective. You guys, let me know in the comments if you want to see me start doing recaps on the Bell Collective. I've done a couple of recaps on my TikTok, but I want to see if my YouTube fam wants that as well. AO Steph, first of all, AO Steph, thank you so much for watching on Twitch. I love that you just inspired me to keep posting on my Twitch. Do you think they will probably stay with someone who is British because of the topics on Meghan Markle? That's a really good question. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary, but I do think whoever's going to fill Sharon Osbourne's shoes will probably be someone in that age range or someone a little bit older. I would be shocked if they went younger again because they have already a few younger people already on the panel. Cheryl Underwood could easily move into the Sharon Osbourne role because Cheryl Underwood is older. She's not that old, but she's older. And Cheryl Underwood is not just funny. There are many levels to Cheryl Underwood. She knows to talk about politics. She is a Republican, if y'all didn't know, and she is able to talk that talk. That's part of the reason why she's still on the talk. But there are a lot of people, and I don't want to see an actor come into this role. I honestly think they should find someone that's been doing commentary like this for a long time that just makes sense. Not someone that may be a housewife or that's a reality TV star. But I'm open to it because just because you're a reality TV star doesn't mean you're not going to be good. Give someone an opportunity. I'm all about that. Just saying. Sherri Shepherd. I remember seeing Sherri Shepherd on The View, and to see the evolution of Sherri Shepherd become such a great interviewer, such a great daytime talk show host was really cool. I think for Sherri Shepherd, though, I see her own talk show. They're giving so many other people talk shows. Sherri Shepherd would do amazing for her own talk show. She also covered for Wendy. Remember Wendy was out and she had a few different co-hosts coming in and doing the show while she was out. Sherri was one of them, and she did a really good job. And I think she would be able to handle that really well. Bring back Darlene. I can't remember her real name. Sarah Gilbert, Audrey. You know what? I think Sarah Gilbert has moved on. She did the talk for a very long time. I mean, she could come in temporarily and host. But I'm a little... I hope that CBS is going to make some changes in regards to listening sessions, workshops, and really creating a better environment, because I have a feeling the fact that Sharon could walk around and go off the way that she was going off says to me that there were problems before this. And when you have someone that problematic, allegedly, there on staff, it's not just them. It's not just them, because if you're allowing that type of behavior to go on, there are other people that are problematic. No word on if anyone else is being let go. Definitely, we don't think anyone from the co-hosts besides Sharon will be let go. No word on if the showrunners or producers or anyone else will be let go from this. So I wanted to come live. I didn't expect I was going to be live for like a half hour. I've been live almost 50 minutes. I want to say thank you to everyone for watching. Again, if you have not liked the video, be sure to like. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe, and don't forget to smash that bell. And I want to remind you, don't forget to join the KEMPIRE community, because when I break stories like this, the KEMPIRE community is the first to know. I let you guys know via text. And if it's your birthday, I let you know. I have giveaways planned. My KEMPIRE community will be the only ones being a part of that. And my mailing list. My mailing list is available on my IG. I apologize for the promo. But look, if I'm not going to promote myself, who else is, right? Look, who else is? Again, don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my podcast. A new video is available a new episode is available today. There's also a new video on my channel. I'm talking about Britney Spears possibly ending her conservatorship. I'm talking about Halle Berry and her child support situation and how it was slashed in half. Check out that video. It's available on my YouTube. But my podcast episode, I did a special interview with Up and Adam. I'm sure if you're on YouTube and you're watching here, or you are familiar with his YouTube channel, we had a really great conversation. Let me just, because I love to, when I have the pictures ready, I love to post the pictures. Shout out to my boy Up and Adam Noel. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with him. I've dropped by his page a few times, but our conversation, I had to do it in two parts. Part one, we were just talking about who he is, where he comes from. I have to say, I was truly impressed with his story. Sometimes when you sit down for these interviews, you don't know what to expect. And I was like, wow, like Adam's really cool. And Adam is really like, he's grinding. So part two, we talked all about the Housewives though. Do you know, if he's going to come by, we have to talk about the Housewives. We talked about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We talked about the Real Housewives of Dallas. We talked about Below Deck and some tea that he had on Below Deck and Kate Chastain possibly coming back. We also talked about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And we had to talk about Erica Jane and all the updates, because he's been following this Erica Jane story for quite some time. I've been following, but I have not been reporting on it because it's just so complex and so much information. So if you want a full update, he definitely goes in and breaks it down for us in this interview. Again, check it out. If you're not subscribed to the KEMPIRE Radio, why the hell not? So be sure to subscribe. And shout out to Adam. Again, if you're not subscribed to his video, there will be links available in the description of the episode, and it's called Up and Adam. And this was part two of our conversation. I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to my girl Robin, Matthew Kennedy, Hail Stefan on Twitch, my girl Barry, Eric Jojo, Sarah, Kelly, Wayne. I appreciate you guys being here. As always, look. Wait. We got a few more people here. Hey, we were just reporting on Sharon Osbourne. Did you not hear? CBS has confirmed that Sharon Osbourne is not going to be returning to the talk after their internal review. They released the statement. Be sure to watch this video after. That way you can see the full statement and all. I gave you the full story. I gave you the full update, and then I told you they let her go. And well, they said that she decided to step away after giving her the option, I'm sure. I'm just saying. Robin, Erica Jane, and her divorce, I need that tea. Well, be sure to subscribe to my podcast. It's called KEMPIRE Radio. It's available on all platforms. Shout out to Up and Adam, who was a part of the interview. We had a really great conversation. I've also posted links on some of the past episodes on his YouTube channel that I stopped by, and we talked about 90 Day Fiance, all of that. Check that out. And again, let me just post this up for you guys. If you want exclusive tea, you better join the community. Join the KEMPIRE community, 347-647-2372. Look, I'm like this. For those that are already part of the community, so you can picture what I'm saying when I'm sending this to you. I just found out some tea. So before I create the videos on here, before I create the videos on my TikTok, I'm letting you guys know. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm gonna post because I want to hear from you guys before we call it a night, because it is Friday. If you want to call in and share your thoughts, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your thoughts on the Sharon Osbourne story. Who do you think they should replace her with? I can't think of anyone. I mean, some of the people that you guys mentioned, I'm like, that's not clicking for me. That's not clear. Maybe Erica Jane. What do you guys think about Erica Jane? She does need a job. Erica Jane needs a job right now. And I have a feeling that Erica Jane's not going to give us what we need in regards to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season. I talked about that with Adam as well. Check out that interview. Let me just see. Shout out to my TikTok. Dionne Warwick. We're seeing this as Dionne Warwick. I mean, she's older than Sharon, but she's in the age range, and she does love to talk, especially on Twitter. But I don't know. I don't know. Patti LaBelle would be good. But I just feel like I'm thinking of maybe 50 to 65, maybe 50 to 65. Would you guys want to see Julie Chen come back? You know, Julie Chen stepped away from the talk after the scandal with her husband leaving CBS because of allegations against him. as I said to you before, I feel like there's a lot going on at CBS, not just with the talk, because I always say it starts at the top. That's one of my big, you know what, y'all are coming through with this. Really, Black China? Black China, that's who you want, Dana? You want Black China to be the one to do this? Is that what we're doing tonight? Y'all playing games with me. You guys are playing games with me. Erica Jane needs a coin, but a talk show is probably beneath her. Beneath her? First of all, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again because it's Friday night, and I'm all about declaring the things that I want for the universe. I want my own daytime talk show. It's going to happen. Mark my words. All of you that are here, you are all witnesses to it. I want my own daytime talk show. I will have my own daytime talk show. And, oh, wait a second, Connie Chung. But she's older. But Connie Chung is experienced. I don't know. Would that be a downgrade for Connie Chung? Connie Chung is so legendary. You know what I mean? I just feel like it should be someone that's almost legendary, but needs the job. Connie Chung doesn't need the job. What is Connie Chung doing right now? Laundry Day said, you're the second person to say T.S. Madison. I just feel like T.S. Madison, I don't know if the world is ready for T.S. Madison on daytime talk. We have to remember, daytime talk is not your regular world. Daytime talk is like, it's the housewives that are watching it. You got to be squeaky clean on daytime talk. That's why Sharon Osbourne cussing up a storm is not daytime talk. I'm just saying. This is a good one. Garcelle would be a better replacement for Sharon instead of being on The Real. The talk seems more appropriate for her. I'm going to join other people and say this. Maybe it's the time for the talk to go. I watch clips of the talk. I don't watch the talk chapter and verse. But apparently someone is, because it's still on the air, and CBS is serious about their ratings. So it would surprise me. Lots of love, KEMPIRE. I love seeing you on the other channels as well. You're always running the show. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate when you guys come through it and give me such wonderful compliments. And let that be a reminder to all of the other channels and creators. Focus on the positive comments. I know that every once in a while you get the negative ones. I mean, I don't mind a constructive negative comment or correction. I appreciate that. But I think so far, a lot of the times we focus so much on the negative when we receive so much positive. And I'm sure Sharon Osbourne needs to focus on the positive right now. So Sharon Osbourne, you're not canceled. Look, you're not canceled. Not in my book, because like I said, she will bounce back. Amanda Seales, Laundry Day. Amanda Seales would be great. However, I want to see Amanda Seales do something else. I have a show idea in my mind, and I would love to see Amanda Seales do that. I think Amanda Seales should be on daytime talk, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to create a really great show when something's already been there for so long. I think she should come in on something that's brand new and be part of the creation of that show. I can actually envision it. I can think of more younger people. The panel that I did last night, we had so many great, talented Black women on that panel that I did on Scotty by Nature TV last night. I was like, Black girl magic all around me. So I thought that was really, really incredible. Matthew Kennedy says Tisha Campbell. Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold have a talk show that's coming very soon. I don't think it's on a major network, but I forgot what it's going to be on. Matthew says the replacement has to be Black. I don't think the replacement has to be Black. And honestly, if you add another Black person on the panel, that would be 3 Black women and 1 white woman. And what's is the Asian lady still on there from Dancing with the Stars? So I don't know. I mean, I look, it doesn't matter to me what color someone is for this position if they bring what they're supposed to bring for the talk. I would love it if they brought someone that would make me want to watch the talk, because so far who they have there, especially now, I mean, Cheryl Underwood I watch, but everyone else they have there, I'm sort of like, even when they brought Eve, I was like, it was never enticing. I kind of miss Leah Remini. When the talk premiered, I actually liked the original group that they had. Leah Remini is hilarious to me. She knows how to talk about a variety of topics. I thought it was a bad idea that they got rid of her, but I think really because of her mouth and because of Sharon's mouth, I think that was just bound to happen. And Leah Remini was also releasing her own thoughts on the things that happened behind the scenes and her own alleged allegations about the things that were happening at the talk. Sandra Smith says Marie Osmond may have left because of Sharon Osbourne. I heard rumors about that too. Chrissy Teigen, wait a minute. Laundry Day. I love that you guys are still Laundry Day. That's a good one. Didn't Chrissy just leave Twitter? She said she's not doing Twitter anymore. Chrissy, we love you. Don't do that. Don't play with us. Look, Robin says bring Marie Osmond back. I actually like Marie Osmond. I don't remember seeing her on I remember seeing her on the show, but not. Like I said, I don't watch the talk chapter and verse. However, I like Marie Osmond. Jack Hay. Wait a minute. Matthew Kennedy. Jack Hay would be good. Jack Hay is funny. She's intelligent. I know I said I didn't want an actress. However, she's a legend. Who else? Dana says, oh, wait a second. For real, though, how about Cammie Crawford? She's witty, throws just enough shade. The thing is and I love Cammie Crawford, and I wanted Cammie Crawford to be on The Real Housewives of Potomac because I do like her personality. I think she would bring a lot. And I definitely see the future of Cammie doing a lot more than just Catfish on MTV. But like I said, I feel like they're probably aiming for an older person because of the dynamic in the viewers that watch the talk. So I don't see them necessarily going for that. Let's see. How about Kim Whitley or Allie Wentworth? They are hilarious. I'm loving these comments. Wait a second. Keep them coming, y'all. Who do you think should replace Sharon on the talk? Okay, let's talk about Kim Whitley. I've interviewed Kim Whitley multiple times. Kim Whitley is genuinely a very lovely woman. Kim Whitley is naturally funny because she's a comedian. And I could see her doing daytime talk. I mean, she's very busy and she's doing a multitude of things. But I think, she would have to learn a few things. But I don't know if Kim Whitley is in the age range that I'm thinking of. She might be. As I said, 50 and up. I'm not sure how old Kim Whitley is. Allie Wentworth. The only thing with Allie Wentworth going on there, her husband is an anchor at ABC. Not to say that she couldn't do it, but this is also filmed in California. And I believe Allie and her husband are based here in New York. So I don't know if Allie would do it. Allie Wentworth is hilarious. She's hilarious. And I guess the talk is not as serious as The View. Because remember, The View started off very pop culture, and now it's very political. The talk, I believe, is still very light. I mean, they take on some heavy topics here and there, but it's still very light. Janie says, how about Jerry O'Connell? Try a guy. I mean, that would be a kind of cool thing. Try something different. Jerry O'Connell, though, tried to have his own talk show. Remember, Wendy Williams was going to produce his own talk show. They had a 6-week sneak peek. The thing is, I think the problem with Jerry was he tried to be a Wendy Williams, but as a white guy. And I was like, that's not going to connect. And it didn't. And he didn't get his talk show. But I really do like Jerry O'Connell. I was hoping that he would get a talk show, but I would have produced it very differently. Brandy, look, Brandy's promoting you guys. Look, if you join the KEMPIRE community, Brandy said I just got your text about Sharon, even though I sent it before I came on live, y'all. Before I came on live, I did post. I did send it to my KEMPIRE community. I sent you guys a couple of texts today. I apologize in advance if I send you too many texts. But when the story is breaking, I think you're interested, I'm going to let you know. So again, if you want to join the KEMPIRE community, it's 347 TikTok, 347-647-2372. Again, it's 347-647-2372. Get the exclusives before anyone else. Brooke Shields. How old is Brooke Shields now? Brooke Shields is aging like a fine wine. I love Brooke Shields. I never really saw her as a daytime talk show host. but I'm not against it. I'm open to it. But you're going to be trying out different people. I'm sure they're going to be trying out different people. It'll be interesting. Laundry Day. Okay, Laundry Day's coming through with some different people. Okay. Laundry Day wants to replace everybody. But Chrissy, Tia Mowry, Jackie, Cheryl, Nick, Neil. I said, why did I say Nick? Neil Patrick Harris. I like Neil Patrick Harris. Didn't Neil try to get a talk show at one point? I know he hosted a couple of different things. And remember, he started having that string of hosting gigs. So I did see that. I wouldn't be. Remember, we were also developing my talk show, my panel talk show. So I would be on there. We had Don Lemon. Maybe we have Neil Patrick Harris, because now we have Don Lemon, who's a serious journalist. I'm the young ingenue. I'm the young ingenue. Now we have Neil Patrick Harris, who comes from the entertainment world, Broadway, funny, a great host. But also, you have to remember too, also behind the scenes, it's not just about your resume. How do people work together? Are we a bunch of divas? Is everyone cool? Is everyone trying to uplift each other? Is everyone friendly enough to make the show successful? Is there a natural chemistry amongst the individuals? All right. I mean, I'm making this about me, but Chris Cuomo. I mean, I'm trying to look past Chris Cuomo. I've seen Don Lemon's ratchet fun side. I really haven't seen, I've seen a little bit of Chris Cuomo from CNN, for those that aren't familiar. Also, the Governor Cuomo's brother. Governor Cuomo's in some heat, y'all. He's sticking to his guns. He's like, I ain't quitting. I'm not stepping down. That's a whole other story. Chris Cuomo, though, I don't know. I like him on CNN. Sandra Smith said, I know this probably no, but I would like to hear from Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice is very intelligent. I just feel like this would sort of be lowbrow for her to do a talk show. She was once the national security advisor. I'm just like, I definitely think that would be a downgrade for her. CBS steal Whoopi from ABC, a better fit for Whoopi. She looks half asleep, half of the story. Okay, I want to say this. I love Whoopi Goldberg. I'm just going to say I love Whoopi. I love Whoopi Goldberg. She's one of my, if not my favorite actress of all time. However, I do think it's time for Whoopi to go from The View. And I'll say this, she's not a great moderator. She's better commentator than she is a moderator. I miss Meredith Vieira in that seat because Meredith really was a moderator. And it might be because Meredith had the experience of being on news. I miss the flow and the way that she was able to move the conversation. Whoopi isn't good at that. I love some of the comments that Whoopi makes, but I don't love her as a moderator. It was interesting when Rosie O'Donnell and Whoopi were on the same show. Ooh, can you imagine? Y'all read the book about that? Anyways. So maybe. I think Whoopi's made enough. Daytime talk, you can make a lot of money. I think Whoopi's made enough from The View that she could retire. There was a point where Whoopi really just took The View not because she was having money issues, but because there was a period that no one was hiring her because of things that she said. And The View brought her in. She's told this story before. And by now, though, she's been on The View, over 11 years, 12 years, 13 years. Whoopi could probably be fine. Not that I'm counting her money. Look, not that I'm counting her money. Don Lemon's good friend Brooke. Wait, who? Wait. Oh, let me just see some of the comments. Only thing with Brooke, she just had a major femur injury and it's recovering. Bishop says Candace Owens. The only thing with Candace Owens, and it's not that because I disagree with her politically. The thing with Candace Owens, I feel like Candace Owens, her intention is to be contrary, and that is to to gain fame and popularity and money from being contrary. Do I believe that she believes everything she says? I do on some level, but I think some of the things she says, she's trying to stir controversy. And I don't need that on my TV screen. I barely like Meghan McCain. And I used to like Meghan before she was on The View. She didn't seem so, we'll move on. Let's not even go there. Okay, Janie, are you talking about my talk show or The Talk? For those that are just joining us, look, I plan to be live for just a half hour. It's over an hour and 10 minutes. I'm about to get off here, y'all. Are you talking about my talk show where we're developing the male version of The View, where we already have Don Lemon, Neil Patrick Harris, and who else did we have, y'all? I think that was it, right? And me, of course, the ingenue. Maybe Joey Lawrence or Ross Matthews. Ross Matthews is I remember Ross Matthews when he was on the Jay Leno show. Remember Ross Matthews was just up and coming? Now he's like, maybe Ross could be on our show. What do you guys think? Joey Lawrence, I don't know. I think Joey Lawrence made a foray into daytime talk before or hosting before. Shout out to my girl Beaumont, who's also a part of our texting community. So she got the information. CJ says, "Love you, KEMPIRE. You're so talented." Thank you, CJ. Appreciate that. Michelle Obama is retired, y'all. And she said that in a recent interview. She said she's semi-retired. And I don't blame her. Being in the White House for that long and dealing and trying to, be perfect for the world, Lord, that has to age you. Anyways, guys, this was fun. Let me know in the comments any other people that you think should be the replacement for Sharon Osbourne. If you're just joining us, Sharon Osbourne is officially off of the talk. She's off of the talk. I'm still going to be following the story. I want to see what happens in regards to what Sharon Osbourne does next. I want to see what CBS does next. As they said in their statement, they're going to be having workshops, listening sessions on improving their work environment. These are all the things that big companies say once an allegation of this nature comes up and they do an investigation. God only knows what they found. They did not release any information on that. They also did not release any information on whether Sharon Osbourne was given a big payday. I reported a while ago that allegedly Sharon was looking for a big payday. But if you're in this business, you understand Sharon Osbourne is not walking from the talk quietly. And when I say quietly, she's not walking away unless she's gotten what she deserves. She has a contract, so they have to pay her out of her contract, obviously. Yes, there are holes in that, especially if they found that she did something that was worth letting her go for. But they're saying that, and I'm sure this was also part of their agreement, that they can say that she is walking away, that she's made the decision. Just my thoughts. Marie Shriver, I love Marie Shriver. Marie Shriver, if you don't know her, legendary journalist, also part of the Kennedy dynasty. She would be good. She can talk the political. Can she talk the entertainment? I think she can, because she did entertainment reporting too at one point. So I can see Marie Shriver. I love Marie Shriver too. Laundry Day, on whose show? Not on my show, not on my daytime talk show. I'm surprised that Snoop Dogg has been able to rise above some of the problematic things that he's said and done over the recent years. I literally just saw him on a commercial, and I'm just like, Snoop Dogg is like Teflon, because nothing seems to stick. Like, he still stays employed, and I'm not going to be hating on him because of that. But Beaumont says Loretta Devine. The thing is, I don't want to say that someone can't do it until they try it out, and then we're like, oh, wow, I never knew she could do daytime talk. I love Loretta Devine as an actress. Not sure how she would do with daytime talk. Wayne says, I wonder if CNN's Anderson Cooper will distance himself from Sharon. He follows her on Twitter. Well, the same way that he distanced himself from our girl, Kathy Griffin? Probably. Oh, that Anderson Cooper doesn't have a spine. He is not allowed on my daytime talk show. I mean, he can come on, but he can't be a part of the panel. Okay. Well, Meghan Markle. Laundry Day, you're coming up with some good ones. I'll say this. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they've gotten multiple jobs, and a lot of people have criticized Meghan Markle and Prince Harry for getting those multiple jobs. And it's perfect for us to talk about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry now, because this Sharon Osborne situation, it's trickled down from this interview that was done with Oprah Winfrey on CBS with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Not only did Sharon lose her job, well, Sharon walked away from her job, and Piers Morgan allegedly walked away from his job. We'll just say that. It's all stemmed from this Meghan Markle interview. Meghan is definitely working on a bunch of different things. They have a bunch of different contracts. People have criticized them for having all these different jobs. Prince Harry just signed on for this big tech company to be a chief creative something on there. Oh, chief impact officer. You know what? Come on, brain. Come on, brain. I'm telling you guys, my memory. Look, as I get older, my memory is getting better because I can't remember. How did I remember Prince Harry's title for this new job? Chief Impact Officer at this tech startup. He's working. Say what you want about Prince Harry. Say what you want about Meghan Markle. They have to grind. The royal family is not taking care of them anymore. It is what it is. Hold on. Are we over Monique Samuels? Or over Monique, the comedian? Or do we think she can make a comeback? I think you're talking about Monique, the comedian. I think she would be fine. I don't see Monique on that particular panel. Maybe the panel that I'm thinking of, because you're always looking for someone funny to be a part of a panel. And I think Monique see, that's the great thing about Monique. She's funny, but she knows she's not stupid. She knows she could talk about a variety of topics. I just think there's so many bridges that Monique has, and I hate to say burned, but it's so political in some of these networks. It really would be hard, especially at CBS. Remember, Oprah is at CBS. Oprah has contracts and things like that with CBS. And you may recall the issues with Monique and Oprah. All Oprah has to do, and look, I love Oprah too, but Oprah gonna be like, "You're hiring who?" Look, just picture the meme. What? Just saying. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Oh, Cher is not trying to do that. Cher is at her home enjoying her life. Freddie says it would be interested. It would be interested if. Interesting. I think you mean if Sharon Osbourne writes a book about after she leaves the talk, but CBS may have spent millions of dollars on Sharon. They should cancel the talk. Freddie, I'll say this. A lot of the times in these Hollywood contracts and when they buy out your contract, allegedly, not only do they include this in the contract, if they're going to give you a big payout, and I'm sure they probably did this with Julie Chen's husband, allegedly. This is part of the things that I was reporting on, that she might be worried that they would, the CBS would be worried that she would do interviews, that she would write a book, and that's why she could command a big payout. So in this agreement for them to say, "Oh, she's just walking away," blah 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 blah. But mind you, they said she's walking away, but everything that occurred the day of because of her allegedly was unacceptable. But she's walking away. Okay. I mean, this is what they're saying. I can believe what I want to believe. So in those contracts, in those agreements, I'm sure they said you can't write about this. You can't talk about this. You can release a statement just saying thank you or apologizing. That's up to you. But I doubt she'll be writing or doing any more interviews on this topic. Who would win a fight? Joy Behar or Sharon Osbourne? My money's on Joy Behar. She's from Brooklyn. Lisa Rinna. After what Lisa Rinna did to Denise Richards, I'm really over Lisa Rinna. I might be over it come the new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but right now I'm not a Lisa Rinna fan. But since we're talking about Beverly Hills, reminder, my boy Up and Adam from YouTube, if you follow him, he came on my podcast, KEMPIRE Radio, and we did a conversation. We talked about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Atlanta, Dallas. What else did we talk about? Below Deck, all the hot topics in Real Housewives and reality TV that you love from him and myself. We talked about, it's on my podcast, new episode. It's part 2 of my interview. If you didn't hear part 1 was really, really worth it. Part 2, I kind of made him cry. I apologize, Adam, if you're watching this, I apologize. I didn't even expect it when I asked the question about about his grandfather. It was a really, really great interview. I have to say he's part of the family, so shout out to him as well. Oh, look, really, Shantae, you're going to call as I'm about to get off. What's going on, girl?
Hey, I've been in here for a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. You see, I was going off. You see, sometimes I go.
I didn't know you were about to go off, my bad.
No, I'm going to stay live for another 10 minutes. First of all, shout out to my TikTok fam that's watching me on TikTok, because I keep it open for you guys because you guys get the behind the scenes. And shout out to my Facebook fam and my YouTube fam and now my Twitch fam. We got some people on Twitch watching, Shantae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, Shantae's like, oh, like what?
How y'all doing out there in Twitch land?
It's a whole other world, girl, and I'm happy for it. Shantae, sound off on this whole Sharon Osbourne situation. What are your thoughts? Did you hear my full report?
Not entirely, but I will say this. Somebody had mentioned Monique. Monique probably would have been interesting had she not gone off on that little, was that tired a couple of years ago, but I kind of understood why. A couple of years ago, she was just
going off the other day.
Yeah, that's just her MO.
It just hasn't ended. That's the problem.
Yeah. Had it not been for that, I think she would have been a good pick. But you know who's been grandstanding for the job a couple of weeks ago on Twitter was our girl Wendy from Potomac.
Yeah, you weren't here when we went off on Wendy.
I'm like,
that's how we got the whole conversation. Who should replace Sharon Osbourne on the talk? We talked about our girl Wendy.
Yeah, I don't see it for Wendy. Not that. I barely caught her commentary on like all the news channels when she mentioned it. I didn't know she was ever given commentary until I saw her talk about it. I was like, oh.
Look, me either. I was like, oh, okay.
Honestly, I think if they do, they don't have to replace Sharon, though, do they?
I mean, they don't have to, but I think it's in CBS and the talk's interest because of that age range. You have to remember that those, there's a lot of young people now on this panel. A lot of newbies. Like I didn't even know until I saw the clip with Sharon going off on Cheryl Underwood. I was like, wow, there's a lot of new faces here. And
okay,
so are they young faces.
So are they going to replace Eve too? Because she's gone. She left.
Oh,
she's
Shantae, where you been?
Because I don't watch the talk. That's the thing.
Me neither. But you know what? I stay up on what's going on. But yeah, so Eve is no longer on there. I don't know if Eve will ever come back because Eve is now going to be a part of this ABC show with Brandy and Notori Naughton, which I'm very excited about. I will be reviewing and talking about it here. It's not a reality show. It is a scripted show, but I will be talking about it. But back to Shantae.
That's kind of like a conflict of interest, though, being on two different networks like that.
Not necessarily. You can negotiate things like that depending on what it is. You couldn't be on two different talk shows on two different networks.
Right.
But if you negotiate, but it also depends how busy you are. I mean, in the age of a pandemic, no one has time to be going from set to set.
Right. And then again, they could probably I'm thinking it's not the best choice, I would think, but maybe if they wanted to get former talk show hosts, I'm thinking maybe Ricki Lake, because she tried her talk show again a couple of years back and it flopped, but she could probably cut it on the talk. I don't know.
I mean, I think they will. They've done it before when people left, when Julia Chen left. They did a few test rounds with people. But, I'm on the fence with even bringing the talk back because, like I said, I don't watch it. You don't watch it. Not to say that no one watches it. Apparently, people do watch it because it's still on the air. But I'm just like, I'm not that.
Didn't they win an Emmy one year, or does that always go to The View?
No, they did win an Emmy. But remember, the real one an Emmy. Was it last year or the year before? So, and you already know how I feel about the real.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the real either.
I don't know. I mean, do you believe? Because I've shared my thoughts on this particular story. I read CBS's statement in regards to Sharon. They said that Sharon decided to leave the talk. Do you believe that? Especially because they also said in the statement, Shantae, I don't know if you heard the statement. They also said in the statement that they're implementing workshops and listening sessions. You know what, Shantae, I'm sure you're familiar with HR and how HR handles investigations when allegations like this come out. Mm-hmm. So they're saying all of those things right now.
Right, because the whole thing with the listening sessions, stuff like that only happens, when they're trying to protect their bottom line. It's like, well, why weren't you doing it before?
Exactly.
we've been in this climate for a few years now. You didn't have to wait till something like this happened for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of makes it look, I don't want to say makes it look insincere, but it's just like, is it too little too late? Or are you going to really put your all into this and not just do it just for optics?
I agree. Like I said, I'm not that invested in the replacement for Sharon because I don't watch the show. If it was The View, I'd be like, well, I already threw my girl Whoopi under the bus. I love you, Whoopi. But I have to be honest. I feel like Whoopi's not the greatest moderator. I think Whoopi is great at being a comedian, being an actress. She's one of my favorite actresses of all time.
Yeah.
And she's a great commentator. I would love to see Whoopi back on radio or a podcast. But I think her time on The View is done.
I don't think she's so bad on The View. And The View,
I'm not saying she's bad. She's not a great moderator.
Yeah. But then I can only think of a couple of people that I didn't think belonged on The View, like Rosie Perez. I love Rosie Perez, but she just didn't fit for me personally.
Initially, I thought it would have been a good fit until we saw her on there. And that's the thing. You don't know how someone's going to do it. That's why a lot of these talk shows test people out before before they sign on the dotted line. Yes, you're permanently a part of the show. But
exactly.
And because I honestly thought, I was like, I actually really like Rosie Perez. And when she did it, it was like Rosie Perez was like spotlight was on her, and she just didn't know what to say or to do. And I was like,
exactly. But then Debbie Metnopoulos, who used to be on The View, who claimed that she was kind of ousted unfairly. Maybe she could show up.
Isn't she on like the Hallmark channel? She's on something.
Is she?
She was sort of like that new ingenue. They always throw an ingenue. Shantae, we were sitting here plotting my talk show, my panel show. Well, I'll say this, Shantae. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'll just say this. I really want my own talk show, but I would be open to doing a panel show because it's easier to have conversations. Like when you call in, it's easier for me to have these conversations, but don't trust and believe Kemp can handle a show on his own.
Well, listen, if you ever get that talk show, don't forget about me. I can be your Suzanne. That's what I would love to do. I could be your Suzanne. And
for those that don't even know what she's talking about, Suzanne is the executive producer at the Wendy Williams show we were talking about, right? Mm-hmm. So, I love Shantae. Look, you're part of the family, anyways.
Don't forget about me now.
I'm not that person. I'm very loyal. I'm a Taurus. Shantae, but I want to talk about the talk show that we're plotting for ourselves. We are plotting our own daytime talk show. We've already casted myself, of course, and Don Lemon. And Neil Patrick Harris. No reaction.
No, I like Neil. So this is, well, you know what? Because so far you're going with all guys, so it's kind of reminding me of that one short-lived talk show.
Yes.
That Dick Clark had with Danny Bonaducci and who else with Mario Lopez.
We talked about that too. But
right.
We're going to try it again.
This is going to be the gay version. Okay.
Yeah. Gay? Oh, damn, you're right. All three of us.
That's what
I didn't even realize.
Where your mind at, child?
Well, no. So now the other two hosts have to be straight or questioning. I just realized
if you want a straight woman, you can put me on.
I
could be there for the comic relief.
We can mix it up. And have, do differently than some other people have done, where it's not just men, it's a mix of men and women. Tyra tried to do that, but I never loved Tyra in daytime talk. Even when she had her first show and then when she tried to do the panel show, I just didn't love her in daytime talk.
See, I don't even remember her panel show. That's the thing. I didn't even know she did a panel show.
It was only on for one season. Kelly Booker says, I love Whoopi, but we never see her movies. Never see her in movies anymore. She's an amazing actress and comedian. I kind of wish she'd leave The View and go back to entertaining us. Kelly, she doesn't do movies as much, but she definitely does movies. She was in the Tyler Perry movie with Tiffany Haddish. And she just did that Stephen King thing. I don't know if it's come out yet, where she plays this character where all her hair is white. So she's still acting. I mean, I would love to see Whoopi do more acting. I love Whoopi. Robin, you're coming out with some really good Kathy Segal to replace Sharon Osbourne. I don't know. I mean, I'm open to it.
You think Kathy Griffin's name is...
Good Morning. Who's TJ from Good Morning America? Why is that not ringing the bell?
Mm-hmm.
Al Reynolds. You know what, y'all? Al Reynolds was already on Fox Soul.
Was he?
Y'all want to add another? Well, no, wait. Al Reynolds. He's part of the LGBTQIA community, but he's not gay. Right. Look, he's not gay. But like I said, I'm trying to get 2 more guys. Or maybe girls. Look, Shantae said she's ready. Look, we'll be the 2 on the
straight quota.
Shantae's like, oh, I feel it. But I thought you were gonna be Suzanne. You know what, Shantae? You know what you are. You're one of those people like, I don't mind being behind the scenes. Wait, you want me to be in front of the camera?
Well, you know what? If I'm your Suzanne, I'll be on camera too, because she's on all the time on camera.
Exactly. I love, I used to love watching Regis and Kathy Lee, and they always had Gelman on as well. Mm-hmm. So I always, when I see Wendy do it, it throws back to that time.
Yes.
So I would love to see it. First of all, for those that are watching, welcome. I'm the KEMPIRE. I'm on the phone with my girl, Shantae, who always comes by and helps me do this. And don't forget to hit the like button. You see scrolling across your screen. Join my KEMPIRE community. Shantae, I don't know if you've joined, but text this number, 347-647-2372. It's scrolling across your screen. Join the conversation. The people are in my text community, and they'll tell you they get the exclusives. They knew about Sharon being let go before any of y'all.
Oh,
just saying. I see a lot of people saying Wanda Sykes. Jamila says Wanda Sykes. I love Wanda. Remember, Wanda had a late night talk show.
Yeah, Wanda's funny.
I love Wanda Sykes, especially when she would come by the Ellen DeGeneres show. But is Ellen coming back next season? I know she came back this season, but you think she's going to come back after all the controversy?
I don't know. It's hard. I don't see why she wouldn't. I mean, if they didn't get rid of her, why wouldn't she come back?
I mean, you got to remember contracts. We talked about contracts before. Yeah. Some of these contracts are ironclad. That's why they're saying allegedly that Drew Sidora will be coming back for another season because of her contract says that she will be. So, Laundry says, I think a YouTuber named KEMPIRE could replace Sharon. Honestly, first of all, the amount of shade I threw at Sharon and CBS and The Talk, they're not going to hire me. And I already said I don't watch The Talk. So they're going to be like, damn, you don't even watch our show? Robin says, for your show, Travis Noah. You mean Trevor Noah? I think you mean Trevor Noah. I would love, the only problem with Trevor Noah being on a daytime talk show, I might be in HR because I have a crush on Trevor Noah.
That makes 2 of us. I love Trevor Noah.
Well, he bats for your team, allegedly. So you might have more of a problem. Agree regarding Whoopi. Thank you. Aseta Powell, thank you for that. I agree. I love when people agree with me. Oh, wait a second. What happened to Kelly Clarkson's show? It's crushing Ellen's ratings. I haven't been keeping up with Kelly's show, but when it was, in person and there was an audience, I used to watch it a little bit, like clips. And I was like, I'm actually surprised at how good Kelly Clarkson is at doing this. But they're saying that her ratings are beating Ellen's. That's major.
Really? Because she comes on at like 4 a.m. in my market.
Are you serious?
Yeah, or well, she did. I don't know what network did she come on? Because she used to
NBC.
Yeah, and I would hear, unless it was a repeat, maybe. And
first of all, Matthew, I am truly offended at your comment. Your talk show needs someone hip hop and younger. Excuse you. You saying I'm too old? I'm supposed to be the young ingenue. Freddie Torres says, "Do your thing." Executive producer from The Talk will consider bringing in Kiki Palmer, Raven Simone. They have bringing young viewers to watch The Talk. I don't really watch The Talk like that. Well, the thing is with that, I honestly think they're going to go more in the vein of a Sharon Osbourne age range. Because like I said, right now they have a lot of young people on The Talk because they've revamped The Talk for probably a variety of reasons. Maybe money. They're probably happy to get rid of Sharon, allegedly, because she made a lot of money. Remember, I told you guys multiple times, daytime talk, there's a lot of money in daytime talk. To the point, look at Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake was able to retire after being on daytime talk for, her 10 years of being on daytime talk.
Even though daytime talk's not what it used to be.
It's not. It really isn't. And that's why I want to bring it back to that. That's why part of me doesn't want to do a panel show. I much do a Montel Williams type of show versus a panel show, because I feel you kind of lose all of that. And Matthew, when you say our talk show needs someone hip hop and younger, like who do you have in mind? There's a lot of hip hop artists out there. Robin says her show is very good. Yes, she's still with Bravo. Okay, let me. Arsenio Hall. Remember Arsenio Hall tried to come back? Arsenio's for late night. I don't see Arsenio coming to daytime talk. And at the same time, I don't want to pull all these people that are already done it before, Shantae. You know what I mean?
Or maybe we could try to. Well, you know, reboots are still a thing. Maybe we could reboot old shows. Like, do you remember Forgive or Forget?
Oh my gosh.
We could reboot Forgive or Forget.
You are bringing us back. Launch date, you are terrible. Betty White, she's younger than Sharon, right?
Yes.
How is Betty White? Did she turn 100?
She's 90-something.
She's definitely like near 100. Let's hold her up in prayer. Let's hold her up in prayer. The fact that she survived the pandemic, good for her.
Absolutely.
Well, Shantae, any last minute thoughts on this topic?
I mean, it's like we saw it coming, and yet I'm still a little shocked, because it's like, you know, what took them so long? This whole thing was what, 3 weeks?
It's actually been less than 3 weeks.
2 weeks, really?
It's been like 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks since she's been off the air, and it's like they could have done that within a week, but who knows?
But you know, they originally had their internal review. I'll use their words, internal review for 2 days, and then they extended it for another week into, Tuesday of this week. And I said that they would make a final determination this week. And now we're getting the news that Sharon Osbourne has decided to leave the talk. I mean, I don't watch the talk like that. I've seen things, clips and things like that before.
Right.
But I know who's been there. I knew who's been fired. You know what I mean?
Same here.
I'm seeing a lot of really great comments. For everyone in the comments, be sure to like the video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I go and do breaking stories like this one. I didn't expect to go live and be live for an hour and a half. Well, hour and 37 minutes. And my girl Shantae came through to show some love as usual. Shantae, let everyone know where they can follow you and get more information about you.
Shantae Nicole on Instagram and Sold in the DMV on TikTok.
Yes, that's my girl on TikTok. Shantae, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks. Catch you
next time. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Everyone else, be sure, if you have not joined the KEMPIRE community, again, text me so you get exclusives before anyone else, including contests, including giveaways, all of that. Text me 347-647-2372. Again, that number is 347-647-2372. Get the exclusives before anyone else. And if you're not following me on my social media, everything is at TheKempire. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channels, it's KEMPIRE Daily and KEMPIRE Radio. I appreciate you guys being here. And don't forget, we have a new episode of my podcast. I'm sorry, y'all gonna get advertisements. KEMPIRE Radio is now available with my conversation, 2-part conversation that I had with Up and Adam from YouTube. If you enjoy the topics that he talks about, you'll enjoy our conversation. Thanks so much for everyone that tuned in and liked the video and shared the video. I appreciate you guys so much. And the feedback has been amazing. And I appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic weekend and stay well, stay healthy, and find something positive to do. I'm going to go watch The Bell Collective and stay tuned for that video. Also, I posted a new video today talking about Halle Berry and her child support situation. Britney Spears is trying to terminate her conservatorship altogether. She's trying to get rid of her conservatorship. And I talked a little bit about Wendy Williams apologizing to Evelyn Lozada. That's a new video posted on here. Be sure to check that out. TikTok, if you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, KEMPIRE Daily. Also, shout out to my Facebook fam and my Twitch fam. I love it when you guys came through and showed some love. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you, you never know, maybe tomorrow.